Hello everybody, welcome back to my travel videos. I'm glad to be here once again and I hope you are enjoying them. As you know, my name is Cristina Grau, but I'm also known as Grandma Wanderlust, and I am a nomad and backpacker, and I'm from Uruguay. Now, as I said in the last video, this month I'm celebrating my 15 years of traveling, so I'm very happy about that. Now, what I was talking in the last video was the cruise that I took in Princess Cruises and how the first impression that I had it was to my liking. So I figured it had to get better, it can get worse. How wrong can we be sometimes? It wasn't a cruise for me. It was a lot of old people, and believe it or not, I'm not old. It wasn't a lot of entertainment to my taste. It was a lot of people. Like I mentioned before, they had a package, the drink package that you can buy for 15 drinks a day. And then I find out that a lot of people by 3 o'clock, they already had their 15 drinks. And that's not to my taste, that's not my ambient, that's not something I do, so I didn't like that. Now, I like to attend all the presentations that they have. I really enjoy these. So I tried them. I mean, it was one guy that was talking about mammals, sea mammals and sea life and all those things. But even though the topic was interesting, he read everything in a very monotone voice. So he was putting me to sleep. I mean, it wasn't for me either. So I attended half a presentation one day, the next one I showed up again just to see, and I left after 15-20 minutes because, like I said, I was falling asleep. The presentations I did like, it was this guy, his last name was Man, and they were about opera. And he was very knowledgeable, very charismatic, so the presentations were lively and very informative. Well, and he better be good because he was the head of the department of the opera department, in a university in Connecticut. So he was knowledgeable, something would be wrong there. But those were very nice and I attend them every day. But that was it. Because I'm not the kind of person that do a lot of the games that they have on everything. But what I noticed on this one, they used to charge you to participate on the games. I can understand bingo, that they always charge in all the cruises to buy the cards. But all the other games, usually that's entertainment. I don't see why here they were charging you, but they charge you for everything in here. They nickel you and dime you for everything they could. Anyway, 8 days I see proved to be a little too long because it was nothing to my taste to do. The movies that were showing, they were all B movies. I'm used to seeing new movies. I'm something that they're good movies that they are on the movies right now and they show it on there, and these ones were like, I can understand when they show Casablanca because we were supposed to stop there, so that it made sense. But the other B movies that they were showing, they were older than me. It was really nothing to do. They didn't even have a library. It's good that I downloaded a couple books that I had to edit and critique, so I did all that work when I was there. Besides, I'm still editing the memoir I'm writing, so I always sat in front of the computer, something I never did in a cruise before. And I worked for 2-3 hours every day doing all the editings, and that kept me busy for a while. But I tried to go to the sauna one day, and once again, you have to pay, I forgot the price, for the 14 days of the cruise. And it came to like $21 a day that you have to pay. You could not just, I never in my life I had to pay for a sauna. This was the first time I see this. But then you could not even pay for the one day that you wanted to use it. You have to pay for every day for the length of the cruise. It makes no sense whatsoever to me, so I didn't go. One day, I went to check the class, the yoga class that they had, and I looked there, I don't know, 5, 6 minutes. I was standing there looking, and I didn't participate, and I left. But because you have I forgot the name. You have like a medal that it opens the doors for you, and everybody on the ships know where you are and what you're doing, and they keep track of you in that. I mean, they knew that I was at the exercise class. So a couple days later, when I see my expenses and all that, they charged me $34.50 for attending an exercise class. Once again, all these in all the other cruises were always free. So I went to the service desk and I told them I didn't take the class. It's like, oh, but you were there. Yeah, I went there to see, but I was there. I mean, you know when I went in, so you don't know when that I left 5 minutes later. How can you charge me $34.50 for something I didn't do? So that they credit me back that amount of money. But it wasn't the money, it's just the point that they were charging for everything. I was surprised they didn't charge you for breathing the sea air. I mean, I don't know, anyway. So I went to the restaurant every day, and once again, the food some days was delicious, other day was a disaster, but most of the time there were. It was okay, like I ate it, I enjoyed it, but it was nothing to talk about. I'm used to better food every day. So many times I just went to the pizzeria because they have really good pizza, some Italian dishes that were good, even that the menu was the same every day. But at least that I knew it was going to be good, so instead of going to the dining room, I did that. I didn't really go to the buffet because it didn't attract me. So as you can see, this wasn't for me. But the 8 days were over, and the next day we were stopping in Funchal, Madeira. So everybody was looking forward finally to going to land. Even that it was a Sunday, and some days, most of Europe, everything is closed. So I knew it wasn't going to be too many things open besides the restaurants and souvenir shops. But anyway, it will be nice to walk in land. They have a shuttle that take you from the ships into the center of town, but it's only a 10-15 minute walk, so I walk. The first thing you see is the Ronaldo Museum, and in front of the museum, that it was closed because it was Sunday, they have a picture of Ronaldo. I mean, it's a bronze statue of Ronaldo. And a lot of the parts were very shiny because people rubbed them for good luck. I don't know what kind of good luck some of these people were asking for, because the shiniest part were his private parts, front and back. I don't know. I mean, then I walk into town, and I mean, it's a nice walk. I mean, all the museums, the market, everything was closed because, like I said, it was Sunday. But I went up a monte that they have a funicular that it take you out there, and it was $18.50 for the going on the funicular, and then you get a nice view of all Funchal. And then I walked some more to some of the parks. I sat in a place overlooking the sea for a cup of coffee. So it was a nice day. It wasn't bad, I mean, but it wasn't great either because everything was closed. And besides, in every other cruise, I always meet a lot of people. And I go with them when we go to land, and we go here and sightseeing here and there and all that. Here, nobody really was that friendly. So I did all that by myself. I don't mind being by myself. It was strange. 3 o'clock, I came back to the ship because that was the time to come back. And then we're always standing by the veranda on the top deck to wave goodbye to Funchal, and start going in the direction of Morocco. When we're waving goodbye to Funchal, we can see in the ocean the waves we were going to be encountering. And as soon as we turned the corner, all this wind came. I mean, it really got wind. The hats were flying, the chairs were dancing all over the floor. I mean, the waves were hitting the ship, but it doesn't bother me. But some people do. The band has to stop playing because of the chairs flying and the umbrellas and everything. I mean, the people that work on the ship, they're running like crazy, grabbing all the chairs and everything before they can hit all the passengers. So we all ran inside because you couldn't stay there because we might fly away with all that wind. So that was it. Now, everybody loved this except me. Every time we depart, the horns of the ship, they play the Love Boat theme. And everybody loves it. I think it's corny. But what do I know? But anyway, we got into the storm. There were like 30 feet waves. So it was fine. I sleep like a baby when the boat likes a little bit, so it doesn't bother me. I love that. More of the storm and what these adventures that happened next, because I wasn't happy. But then I figure you figured it out by now. So I hope you all have a great week. I see you all next Tuesday. And in the meantime, enjoy your life, enjoy the week, have a great time. Bye-bye.